Hello and welcome to my gamer motivation profile analysis. As you can see, my highest motivation scores are action and mastery. Quantic Foundry's mastery explanation says that gamers with high mastery scores like challenging gaming experiences with strategic depth and complexity. So no wonder my favorite game is Dark Souls 3. When you enter the game, you are greeted with one of the best soundtracks in gaming industry. And when you click New Game, there is a cinematic that explains the lore briefly.
Yes, indeed. It is called Lothric, where the transitory lands of the Lords of Cinder converge.
But real gamers don't have time for that, so let's just skip it. The character creation is super detailed, but I am not a creative guy, so I just make a character I see from the internet. I am not a role player, so this looks perfect. My secondary motivations say that I am a power maniac. So that's why I Google best class when I start the game. I play the game on keyboard and mouse, so after spending 3 hours in the options menu, I am finally ready to play the game. The game starts in a mysterious and dark setting. There isn't any tutorial, so even the first minutes can be hard for some players. Dark Souls is perfect for mastery motivated players because the game is challenging and you need to strategize and learn your enemy's attacks to overcome the difficulty. My action motivation is also high because of the excitement motivation. This motivation also matches Dark Souls. While playing Dark Souls, the player is constantly in fast-paced combat that causes an adrenaline rush. Here in the video, I come to the first boss of the game, Ludex Gundyr. When I pull the embedded sword from his chest, the boss fight begins. In my opinion, Ludex Gundyr's design is basic but awesome. He is a humanoid in heavy engraved armor that attacks the player with a large halberd. Even though he is the first boss, he is pretty challenging. He is the reason that some people quit or even refund the game. I am a mastery motivated player, so I beat him too many times that I can beat him in my first try. When he is around half health, the second phase begins. He turns into a monster that does slower but bigger attacks. This phase is perfect for explaining what the term telegraphing is. When the boss makes it obvious what its next attack is telegraphed. For example, in this boss fight, the monster arm or the monster head goes back before a swing so you can react and roll. In the video, I beat the boss here. Then I go to Firelink Shrine, talk to NPCs, level up my character and continue the game. After playing for some time, I reach the second boss, Ward of Boreal Valley. His attacks are large and he can apply frostbite. He is also weak against dark damage, as we can see from the Dark Souls 3 wiki. And I found a deep infused battle axe before the boss fight. Deep infused weapons deal dark damage. Even though deep infused weapons lose their player strength scaling, it is good trade-off against this boss. As I said, I am a strategy motivated player, so I research the boss from the wiki before the fight and rearrange my equipment accordingly. I also research the best weapons and builds I can do because I like to be as powerful as possible. Overall, I only explore if I can get an unique experience or loot, so that's why my discovery motivation is low. Here in the video, I beat the second boss and progressed to Undead Settlement, aka Ohio. Overall, my gamer profile matches Dark Souls perfectly. I played this game for more than 160 hours and I enjoyed almost every second of it. I sometimes come back to this game just to experience the perfect combat mechanics again. I'm not going to spoil the game after this part, so I will change to my other favorite game. Terraria, the autistics and megalomaniacs' favorite game. This game starts as a 2D Minecraft, then after hours of gameplay, it turns into a fever dream. At the start of the game, you cut some trees, struggle to kill some slimes and explore the map. You walk slow, your sword does 6 damage, you can't fly and the game is pretty slow. But as you progress, you get new gear, accessories, weapons, and you start to get more powerful. There are 69 different sets of armor, 566 different weapons and 18 bosses. You start killing bosses and unlocking new parts of the game. I played this game since around 2012, so I played this game for around 10 years. In Steam, I have 622 hours in Terraria and 200 hours in modded client. But this is not accurate because I played this game pirated before I knew about Steam. This game has a big part in my childhood. I remember from my childhood when we played multiplayer with friends but we didn't know about Skype. So we played while communicating in text chat and with putting signs around. The developers are still updating the game and giving us more content. And the modding community is so crazy that looking at some mods still makes me wanna sink 30 more hours into the game. My mods folder literally takes more space than my original Terraria folder. Terraria matches my gamer profile because I like strategy, power and excitement. Strategizing for the next boss, getting more powerful with the loot, and the excitement of boss fights. Terraria also has a building aspect and a builder community, but I never really got into that stuff. The only bad part of Terraria is that there is an end to progressing after you kill the final boss. In the video, you can see the final boss fight with Moonlord. Moonlord is a giant half body of an alien-like creature with multiple eyes, tentacles and an open heart. To kill the boss, the heart of Moonlord needs to be killed. But the heart can't be hit until the eyes on the Moonlord's hands and head is defeated. This boss is not easy, so the players need to prepare a huge arena with life regenerating objects. The players also should prepare lots of buff potions. The armor, accessories and weapons the player uses are important too. The player needs to balance defense, mobility and damage of their character. Defense is needed to reduce damage taken, mobility is needed to dodge projectiles, and damage is needed to keep the fight shorter. When the player kills Moonlord, the game is finished. You get loot from Moonlord and you can still continue playing, but there is no more content. But if we are talking about modded Terraria, the fun part starts after the Moonlord. In modded Terraria, the sky is the limit. The most popular Terraria mod, Calamity, adds 25 new bosses to the game, and 12 of them are fought after the Moonlord. In the video you can see the boss Yaron from the mod. Every boss in the mod also have their own music made by the modders. In my gamer profile, my community motivation is also high. I love checking mods in Terraria Steam Workshop and looking at the modding Discord servers and what the modder community is doing. So overall, I think my gamer motivation profile is correct because I can match the motivations with most of my favorite games. There are some exceptions, but that is expected. Thanks for watching my gamer profile analysis. Now please go play every From Software game and Terraria.